Hello, and welcome back. Well, again, so recorded this whole area, and of course the recording failed, so I'm probably going to go through this a bit more quickly than before since I already
This
kind
train
of know.
doesn't seem to be in working order, but it's the only one here. Since our destination lies outside the city, we best find a way to get some repairs done on this old beast.
So I kind of already know everywhere I'm supposed to go and what I need to do, so yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I kind of try to speed through this. Oh, no, it's not.
Marcus, you were almost clean. You didn't need that dirt. Your back stopped hurting years ago. Some stranger dangles a needle in front of your eyes and you dance. Drop your tools and walk away. What will you do next time you run out? What will I do?
This was the pride of Chernosk's railway, its heart. Brunbach Memorial Station, a stunning proof of concept. More recently, this is where people came to flee the city. I wonder if the trains are still running.
Whoa. Last cleaned. Unintelligible.
And yes, the game does stop you if something is playing before and you try to interact with something new. That isn't a door. You know. There we are.
I can't believe my luck. I was all out. I think Vano was hiding some. And then she shows up. A whole box. And all I gotta do was a little bit of nothing? Take the key, lady. Take it. And thanks.
Look at this place. There must have been masses of people fleeing right at the beginning. Takes its toll on the grandeur. Still, I think there's something here that's a bit more recent. Want to have a look?
I don't think I have much choice. Here we are.
From Mrs. St. Vincent with sympathy. That's what the mechanic said when he dropped it off. At least I think he said that. He looked half asleep. Sympathy. Ha! Canned fruit and powder milk. The sympathies of an oligarch.
Shana, look. Some of the new people brought 2 bottles of wine. They want you to have it.
Me? Get some mugs and share it with the others. Make sure everyone gets a taste. We all need it.
I remember the news used to call them a protest group. Then they raided that warehouse, and they were upgraded to radicals. If things had kept going that way, I'm sure they'd eventually be terrorists.
Okay, so departure at 9, cargo for Eagle View and a few passengers, with time for unloading and routine checks. Let's say 10 hours. Train should be back here by noon tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you hear it? The drone of the equipment, the hum of the crowd below. The calm, steady voice announcing departures, arrivals, and inevitable delays. How alive this place must have been when people knew where they were going.
So Eagle View seems to be quite a prominent figure, since we've heard it quite a few times through Atlas Park.
Dear Station Master Veno. Such fine language, but I get it. Asking like it's a favor, but there's really no choice. All that's missing is the horse's head. But Marcus, he's already said yes.
So yeah, with this area, it seems to be kind of people are stuck here. That we've got a train going to Eagle View, which is another place that the 2 doctors, Selma and I forget the other ones. Pavel, I think. Oh boy.
That's right, sir. the repairs are almost done. I just need a little more time.
Very well, but you've been saying that since yesterday. Please be aware that my business is urgent.
Of course, sir. Of course. It's just some loose engine bearings. It'll be done right quick.
Crates, bundles, and boxes. A meager shadow of a financial empire, but it will be enough. Enough to repair what we have failed to save. Just so. I must not dwell on the lost. I am blessed with the aid of good friends in my mission.
He was born into money as the heir to a fledgling empire. It had all started out as a small dishwasher manufacturing company and an investment in Chernosk's future. He kept a photo of that first dishwasher on the wall in his office, but he never knew what it's like to be small. You know how airport bars make excellent business off of people's fear of flying? I'm not sure it works like that for trains. Then again, look at where we are.
Okay. Just triggering a voiceover file after voiceover line.
The key to the Tinker's storeroom. Gotta hand it to Mrs. Sav. She really thinks of everything. Told me to guard this with my life. For what she's paying me, I'll make it anyone's life. Maybe Patrashko's. Or that screaming bitch over by the benches.
Repair the train, she says. I'm already repairing the train, I say. No, she says, I want you to almost repair the train. Gotta say, this is the first time I've ever been asked to almost repair something. And opa! A chimp could get the train running now.
If it could get inside your workshop, which isn't yours anymore. That's it then? You're running her errands now?
Relax, I'm done. And besides, do you see anyone else actually, like, paying me for doing this crap?
What excuses did he give himself? That his mind was clouded? That he is small and the world so very big? That his need was great, greater than that of the many? Or did he never need an excuse in the first place?
Unfortunately, a lot of the time, it's just that
They came from all over the city, fleeing the violence and at the same time chasing humanity's oldest conviction, that the next place will be better.
They value things over people. You see that cargo over there? That caravan? You think that spare a thought for you when they have treasures to count? It's the same as it's ever been. Property is the darling of the rich. I still remember my first day, blockading the road down by University Point. Education for all was pretty plain as slogans go, but it was a peaceful protest. No time to be peaceful now. It's all coming down. But I don't know if I can.
There we go.
Are you crazy? You stole a box of cigars? Yes, I know, and I understand. But for God's sake, we need them to believe that we're just loud and stupid. They have guns. They have all the reason in the world to keep us here. Use your brain.
And back in here. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about this since it's about revolution and that stuff, and it's so concentrated to this one area that, at least at the moment, I just don't know what to really say about it.
I need you to appreciate the importance of my work, Miss Abramsky.
Is it more important than people? Than lives?
I am rebuilding society. Do you have anything to contribute to that? Anything at all? You'll be better off here.
Here we
You
are.
know you have to. As long as there's a way back, they won't dare to move forward. And time is running out right between our fingers. You have to make them desperate.
This was meant for Central Bank. But I think the others would approve. No way back now. All I have to do is wait for the others to realize that. Savinsek has been reaching out to us. Perhaps she can be spared. As for the others, well, a revolution cannot be civilized.
She said the ends justify the means, yet she hesitated. Perhaps because she knew in some secret corner of her heart that in the eyes of some, their means could come to justify their end.
Okay, and down to this set. Oh boy. So Tanya seems to be an especially important figure because we see her multiple times. We saw her leaving Eagleview Park.
Bring this notebook
I mean,
to Mr.
Atlas Park.
Patrashku. I know how things look, but he is not your enemy. I'll be there too, and we'll make this work. Please trust me. Sign, Fedorova. She has been kind to us so far. But what's in this notebook that's so important?
I've been with Savinsek, baby. 9 years. And you know why? Because I'm the best.
Impressive. You know, I think Savinsek might have a crush on Mr. Patrashku.
A crush? Baby, she hates him. Let me tell you about Mr. Spaff and Mr. Patrashku.
Mr. Patrashku, please listen. The bridge is out. We're trapped. And Savinsek has turned against you. She's been working the crowd up and getting your guard on her side. Please, just look at the notebook Shana gave you and listen to this recording.
Okay, there's that, and we've got to go across to the caravan. I think that's what they were calling it before.
The treasure vault. Medical supplies, seeds, electronics. Everything you need to build a new home. And rule it.
Ross's Journal, number 6. May 5th reports are now coming in from worldwide. There are institute facilities with active relays across the globe. We haven't yet been able to determine if the best course of action is to shut them all down or keep the relay network intact so we can reverse the effects of the signal.
Simon made this for me before we left Eagleview. Said it was something to remember him by. He's all I want to remember now. But if I forget, it's like they die all over again. So I think of them all the time. But Simon must never know.
When everything changes like this, does life go on? Can you even be said to live the same life as you used to? Fedorova has walked the path of the gun for a long time, but for very different reasons.
Mrs. Savince, could I please trouble you for your signature on these employment contracts?
Indeed. I must say, however, that I cannot quite understand your insistence on such due process now that the courts and bureaus are gone.
Order will return soon enough. Eagleview must be a land of structure and sound legal practice. It was Mrs. Savinsek's idea to check the greenhouses, bless her. Some of these plants can be cultivated in Eagleview and used for food and medicine. I used to love gardening.
This is where the morphine case came from. Someone opened this crate, took the morphine, and gave it to the mechanic? Judging by his glassy eyes, he's been using it himself. But he's too slow and dull to have stolen it without getting caught.
Few more locations, and we'll actually be done with this area. So, like I said, this is just... Usually I walk around, but since I did this already, and it took about 42 minutes, you know, you're like, don't want to do this all over again.
Locked. I wonder if those tunnels are accessible from inside the station.
This came from Mr. Patrashku's cargo. His logo is right there on the lid. Medical-grade morphine for Eagleview's infirmary. So, what was that mechanic doing with it? Did he steal it, or did he just find the box? And where's the morphine itself?
Gonna need to flip this. Oh, it's here. Okay.
She's bought us a couple of sad little men like a pound of flesh. Fine, we're gone. But I'm putting it all down here in ink, and I'm leaving the journal. Go to hell, lady.
He spent his entire adult life in this station, watching the trains come and go. Could never imagine any other life. Told himself that he wasn't afraid, just content. And perhaps that's true. But I think he was finally ready to buy a ticket for himself.
Can you get these posters up? It's information about how the trains are running now that the Eagleview folk keep going back and forth.
But you told me to refill the lubricant on train 2.
I told you that yesterday. What have you been doing?
Travelers, please note that all arrivals and departures at Grunbach Memorial are subject to irregular schedules and sudden changes. This is by request from the Council of Eagleview. Nice people. And let's get this final item.
No, this can't be right. Why would she keep the train grounded? Says it's almost fixed. Anyone could make the final repairs, but the workshop is locked up. If it stays that way, we're stuck here. And Mr. Patrashku doesn't know. Shauna's going to distract Savinsek, keep her occupied, while I get this door open and start the power back on. If her people do their part, we're getting out of here. If I'm fast enough this time.
She broke down the wall. How about that? Do you think it'll last? Or is this one of those truces that live exactly as long as the purpose does? Mind the infinite societal gap.
Okay, now we're gonna head down into the sewers again. Because the designers for these emitters had a certain fetish for building them all in the sewers.
I have to be on that train when it leaves. Don't care who else goes, even if it's the bastard and a bitch. As long as I get home, they'll get theirs in time. But the longer we stay here, the more people will wonder what's in the bag.
The architects who built this part of town really didn't give much for the idea of accessibility, did they?
They never do. There we go. And voila!
Ah, another one of these. I had a feeling we might find one, because this is what we must have missed. Probably more than two as well. It looks like this one's hooked up to the same power grid as the trains. Want to play electrician? Huh, this switchboard connects to 3 different power sources here in the station. No connection, no weird machine, and no train either. Looks like we need to fire up those power sources first of all.
So you just need to connect all 3 squares, which is kind of confusing at first because you don't know that. The color is very hard to see, to change, so you're like, But we're almost there. Actually, we are, pretty much.
This is it, I guess. I've never liked goodbyes. They're too definitive, but I think this might be the last time we see Chernosk. It's all about letting go in the end. Right. No looking back, pillar of salt and all that. We have a train to catch.
Yes, we do. Just gotta run back through the sewers. Oh, come on. Boy. There we go. Hopping. Hardest thing for our character. But we got there in the end.
Overheard the guards talking. They've locked the grate. My bag. I have to get it back before the train leaves. Perhaps there's another way down?
And
They first fled to these high places because they thought it might be a gas of some sort, heavier than air. They remained here because it was easy to fortify, because the others didn't follow them here. Now departing for misunderstanding, conflict, and the upholding of divides. All aboard.
And there we go. Off we go.
End of the line. This is where they were all going. The famous mountains of Chernosk. Safety and stability, if you believe the brochure. Eagleview Plateau should be just up ahead.
Since we went through a whole section, I'm going to end it here. It's a little short, but that's just because I've played this once, and I played that section once, and I don't want to play it again. Or not at the same pace I did, because I already know what everything's there. But we see that Eagleview is an important place. We know Tanya came from Atlas Park to the train station to get, I guess, further on to Eagleview. And then we have the 2 doctors, and obviously the Atlas Park emitter was the last one to be shut down, except for the one that was emitting emergency signals. So who knows? You will hear from me later.